Hello, and today we are going to look at Chapter 3, Lesson 2, which is a hands-on division lesson. So we're going to be using some virtual base 10 blocks to model our division. So I'm going to show you first how to do it on the slides, and then how to transfer that idea into your book. So this is our classwork for today. You can see here 165 and 166, and I'm going to move here to the next slide, question 2. Here we go, exact question 1. And we want to model 44 divided by 4. So the first thing I want to do is build 44. So here is 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. So there's my 44, and I want to divide it into 4 sections. So to do that, I want to make 4 sections here in the white area, and I'm just going to do that with some lines. So I'm going to come up here to the line tool. You can see here where my arrow is right here. There's a line tool. I'm going to click that little down arrow, and I'm going to just choose a line here, and I'm going to divide this into 4 sections. So to do that, I'm going to make it in half first, and then I'm going to come back up here and grab another line from my line tool. So I'm going to come up here and grab another line, and I'm going to cut, kind of, because it's in the way, I'm going to cut this one in half, or close to half. I didn't quite make it in half there. That's okay. I'm going to come back up to get my lines, click that arrow, grab a line, and I'm going to cut this one in half. And now you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections that aren't quite in half. Let me move that one over. That's not quite in half, but it'll work for our purposes. So I want to start by passing out my tens. So I'm going to start my tens place. I'm going to do 4 tens, which is 40, divided by 4. And in this model, I have just enough. So I would put 1 here. That's 1. So I'm going to give every section, because I divided by 4, I'm going to give every section a 10. And that works out nicely. There's just enough. And then I'm going to give every section a 1, if I have enough. And luckily for this problem, it is exactly equal. So I need to write my answer up here, so I would come grab a text box and put a text box right here, and I'm going to type my answer in there. Now to decide my answer, I have to look at how much is in each section that I divided into. So I look at each section, they all have the exact same amount. They all have a 10 and a 1, and I have to know what that equals. Well, a 10, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1 more is 11. So in my text box, I would write my answer as 11. And I might need to come over here and make that a little bit bigger so it can be seen. 11. So that's how I would solve this problem. In my book, to draw that, here's that same problem in my book. To draw that, I could draw 4 sections again, and I would draw them like this. And I would show my tens, my rods, that equals a tens block. I'm going to draw just a little X, that equals a 1. And if I need it, a big square will equal 100 if I need that for another problem. So I would first over here I would want to draw what 44 looks like, just like I did on my Google slide. So there's 44 there, and then I would pass them out again. So I'd give 1 here, and 1 here, and 1 here, and 1 here, and I've taken care of all of those. And then I would put 1 here, that's this one, and 1 here, and 1 here, and 1 here. The reason I cross them out as I go is because sometimes it doesn't work out that as neatly as this one did, and I have some leftovers. And so I want to make sure if I'm going to have a remainder, or maybe there are a lot of them, and so I need to keep track of how many I am placing into my model. And then I can look here, it says how many are in each group. Well, I know I have a 10 plus 1, that's 11. And in this case, there are not any left over. Let me go back to my online model. So in my online model, if I move down here to this next slide here, let me see what that next one is, if it will click on here for me. Oh, let's go to slide, the next one here. Okay, so 32 divided by 5. So first I would build my 32. There's 30, 10, 20, 30, and then 1, 2. Now this time it says divided by 5, which means that I need to split this white area here into 5 sections. So I'm going to come up here again to my line tool, get one. I'm going to kind of put it in half there. It's a little bit less than half because 5 is not an even number. Come grab another line. And this is my smaller side, so I'm going to put a line. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Go back up there. I'm going to grab that line again. What's going on here? Grab a line. There we go. And I'm going to make a line here. Straight as I can. It's not perfect. And I'm going to grab another line. And so I have 1. Oops. Oh my goodness. I have 1, 2 so far. Let me grab that line again. So now if I put a line here, I have 30 sections, and I need one more line so that I have 5 sections. Why 5 sections? Oh my goodness, why can't I grab this line? Why 5 sections? Because I am dividing by 5. So now I have 5 sections. They're not greatly, they're not super even, but that's okay. So now I'm going to need to divide these by 5. But wait a second. I don't have 5 tens. If I put the tens out there, I'm only going to fill 3. And when I divide, everything has to fit evenly. So I have to trade these. So I'm going to put this one back over here, and I'm going to trade it for 10 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But guess what? I have to trade both of these as well. So I'm going to put this one back, and I'm going to grab 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my last one, so I have to copy them. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to come up here and do edit, copy. So that's 6. That's copy. Now I have to paste, so I'm going to do Command V. So that's 6, and I'm going to copy 7, 8, 9, 10. And I need to trade this one, so I'm going to put it back down here. And I need to copy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm doing that by pressing Command V, or I could come up here and I could also do edit, paste, edit, paste, edit, paste. But here's what I did on my keyboard here. And so I need to scoot those up there real quick. I'm just going to scoot those all over here. Get them out of my way. Okay, so now I need to divide them. So I'm going to pass them out evenly. I'm going to put 1 here, 1 here, 1. Oops, I took the line with me. Sorry about that, you guys. This is not a great video when I'm making mistakes. So now I got to put 1 there. So let me just double check what I have here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now I'm back to good. And so I'm just going to keep passing out these until I cannot do it evenly. All right, it's going to take me a minute. But I'm going to pass these out. If we were in the classroom, we would use blocks to do this, right? We wouldn't do it virtually. We would actually use the blocks. And I'm just going to keep passing those, oops, over here, out until I can't do it evenly, until I have less than 5 left. And if you know your multiplication facts, you might already see that answer coming, but this is about the process. Remember, I always tell you guys, we practice on the easy ones so that if you get one that you don't understand, you know what you're doing with it. So you may already know what's coming for an answer, and that's okay. Then you could just double check to make sure that you did your model correctly. Now look, I've given everyone has an equal amount, but I have 2 left over. And if I only have 2, I could put one here and I can put one here, but the other 3 spaces don't get a block. So I cannot pass those out. That is my remainder. So let's see what's inside each division here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they all have 6. So I'm going to grab a text box here, and I'm going to click it over here, and I'm going to say, okay, I have 6. Remainder 2. Now that remainder 2 is coming from where? I'm going to make that a little bigger here. That remainder 2 is right here because I have 2 remaining that don't fit into my model. And so that is my remainder 2. So in my book, I would draw that here. And I would draw that like this. So first I would show I have 1, 2, 3, there's my 32. And when I draw it down here, I'm not going to draw it as rods. I'm going to draw it as all ones. So I'm going to do my 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm going to do it right here so I could pass them out. I needed to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's this one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's this one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's this one. And then bring these 2 over. 1, 2. And now I'm going to pass them out. So these drawings are a little bit tricky. So now I need to make 5 sections. And this time I'm going to do circles just because it's an odd number of 5. So I'm going to draw 5 circles there, and I'm going to pass these out. So I'm going to pass out 1. And I can just count them up too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I need to be aware of my number's 32. So 30, I know I have these 2 left. They're not going to fit. So I'm going to draw them down here. 32, that's my remainder. They don't fit inside a circle. So then I look and I go, okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, remainder 2. So I would write there are 6 with a remainder of 2 for my answer. Okay, I hope this helped.